Yeah. Why B is wrong now? You didn't justify.
Because which no, I'm not quite sure though.
Oh,
I always need to say A, but it's D because we need something to be like not independent.
not
So
independent. Great, great. I will take your point now. So actually, meaning when I write meaning that is not independent, yeah, great. But B creates a fragment as well. We need a fragment after the independent comma, right? Independent comma. We need something like a fragment here. D creates a fragment, right? And B creates a fragment. Why D is better than B? This is a question.
because it's shorter.
Because it is shorter, okay. But we have like another grammatical crime in B. Can you figure it out?
We can't put a comma before which.
No, we
No,
have to put a comma before which. Yeah.
it's that. It's that. I'm sorry.
No,
That
no
we
problem.
can't put a comma before.
Yeah,
I'm
that
from now.
correct. Okay, guys, Omar Shadi. Go ahead, Omar. Thank you so much, Norhan.
Because we
Omar,
can make which and it.
excellent. This is the problem, which and it, right?
Yes,
It
which means it's
creates,
correct.
yeah, which means, if it is which means, it can be. In this case, I will have independent comma fragment. You know what? If you just get rid of which, you will have it means, we will say that it creates comma splice in this case. But writing which in it is awkward because you're gonna have like a double subject. Can I say Omar, he is a great student? Can I say Omar, he? Huh, Omar. Okay, he says no. Well, so I cannot say Mr. Ihab he is. It is either to say Mr. Ihab is or he is. So I cannot say which it means. I can say which means or it means. If I write which means that they absorb one color of light and made a different one, it would be correct, by the way. It would be grammatically correct if I get rid of this it. It will be grammatically correct. I will, if I have such answer choice, I put B versus D. D wins. D still wins, guys, because shorter is better if I have two correct answer choices. So B is wrong because of the mistake with it, which is totally incorrect. Why C is wrong? Raise hand if you can justify. Why C is wrong? Omar,
Because you can see and meaning. It's wrong.
why? Why? Why and meaning is wrong?
Because comma and meaning. Comma and means we should make two sentences.
Excellent.
Meaning.
And if you read from the word meaning to the word one, it is a fragment, not a sentence. That's why C is wrong. Yeah. Meaning here is correct because in this case, I will provide independent comma participial, independent comma fragment. That's why D is the best answer choice. Number two, guys, send the answer of number two. Great, guys, great. By the way, this is May 21 USA. This is May 2021 USA. Oh, wow, excellent. Mariam Ahmed. Mariam, would you please explain it?
Okay, first thing first, I read the sentence and it was like scientists have learned that swallow water cools fluents as a part of sympathetic. الكلام ده كله عبارة عن ايه? It's explains scientists, not the other stuff. So I was like them.
But them does not refer to scientists actually. A relationship with algae living inside the scientists? Will
Oh
the
no,
algae?
I
So
think
what?
like the water
Yeah,
cools.
yeah, excellent. It refers to shallow water corals. So Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Mariam. It refers to water corals, which is plural. So yeah, it is them. So the meaning is important, guys. You know, you may feel that it is them because it refers to scientists, something really incorrect because it does not logically make sense. Can I say algae live inside them? No. Well, this is a good question. Which choice most effectively combines the sentences at the underlined portion? We like such question, guys. So would you please send the answer? Send the answer in the chat box of 3. Omar Shad, your answer is correct. Mariam, not accurate. Who else, guys? Hurry up, please. Karim Assam, correct answer. Nurhan, correct answer. Abdullah Ashraf, not accurate. Abdullah. Well, I will discuss that question with, yeah, Mariam, not correct. Not correct. Yeah, the second answer is not correct. Well, the Abdullah, wrong as well. Oh. Okay, we'll discuss that with Ziad. Yeah, hi, Ziad.
Yes, mister.
Okay, you are asked now to provide logical justification of why you got rid of B, C, and D. Okay? So
Yeah, I think
most of the guys would say A is correct because shorter is better, but it does not work in all cases, you know?
yes.
So would you please justify why B is wrong?
B is wrong because in the semicolon, it's not correctly used in the, as a semicolon here. It's not. We can't use a semicolon in B
Why?
because
You gotta justify.
uh,
We can use the semicolon between 2 independent clauses, right?
oh yes.
You know
We
what?
can,
You know what? To your surprise, most of the time you will not find the grammatical mistakes in such questions, asking you to combine sentences.
yes.
How do we answer that type of questions? We have some rules. Rule number 1, of course, we don't like repetition. Shorter is better. Yeah. Number 2, active voice is better. You know the difference between active and passive?
Yes.
Give me an example of a passive voice verb.
What do you mean, Mr. Mash?
The passive voice. Give me an example of a passive voice.
I've never heard about it, to be honest.
Oh. So we say active voice is better than passive voice. So you must know the passive voice. For example, Ziad played basketball. This is active because it begins with the doer of the verb, right?
Yes.
But so he played basketball. This is subject, verb, and yeah. The subject here is the doer. But see now this one, basketball was played by him. It has subject, verb, and gives complete thought as well, right? But there
Yes.
is a big difference. The first sentence begins with the doer of the action, right? While the second sentence begins with the receiver of the action, right?
Yes.
The sentence that begins with the doer is called active sentence, active voice, while the sentence that begins with the receiver is called passive voice. So this is passive voice, like was played. on this type of questions, we don't like the passive voice at all. Okay? So I will give you a good reason now to get rid of B.
Okay.
Not just saying because it is wordy. No. See now, this is passive voice. Is needed. Is needed is passive voice. How would I know that this is passive voice? From the structure of the verb and when the sentence begins with the receiver of the action and when you see the word by. See here,
Okay.
by him. So we don't like B because it is
Yes.
the passive voice and it is wordy as well, and it gives two clauses. The test maker asks you to take these two sentences, just combining them effectively. If he gives me two sentences, Ziad, and I give him back two sentences, would I combine the two sentences effectively in this case? No. Two clauses are measured like two sentences, so you didn't do anything.
Yes, we
Actually,
didn't change.
yeah,
Yes.
you didn't change. So active voice is better. Don't change the focus. What does that mean? If the focus of the two sentences is Manchester United, the football club, do not make it Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes, yes.
It would be incorrect. Do not change the relationship. What does that mean? If it is given in the original sentences that we have cause and effect relationship, never choose an answer choice that links the two parts by a contradiction. Okay?
Yes.
Do not change the part of speech. Changing the part of speech will change the meaning. If it is produce the verb, do not pick an answer choice that changes it to production.
Yes.
Okay? So A is wrong because we have is needed here. C is wrong. Why C is wrong?
The comma is used falsely here. No, the semicolon. Yes.
The semicolon. What's wrong about the semicolon? Actually, we say that C is wordy, right? In C, I give him back two sentences as well because after the semicolon, I wrote a new clause, right? So this
Yes.
is equals another sentence. So you didn't combine them effectively. Wordy. Even you used some words that we cannot see here. He just gave you such a structure to blend it and get the best form. So now we'll make it worse by adding new words, which is totally incorrect.
Correct.
Why this wrong? I'll G with the production. See, I changed the part of speech, right?
The part of speech. Yes.
Yeah, it is given as a verb and now you change it as a noun. It means that you almost change the meaning. This is number one. Number two, you have the word coming here, right?
Yes.
Do you see the word coming in the original sentences?
No.
Then it is incorrect because you add a new word. How come? We want to like get rid of some words to make it combined effectively, and you add no words to make it worse. So D is
Worse.
wrong. Yeah. Okay. A gives the piece of information in the best way in just one sentence, guys. One sentence. Here I have produce. So regardless of shorter is better because sometimes the shortest answer choice contains defects. So you cannot depend on shorter is better all the way. If you depend on the shorter is better all the way, guys, you will like finish answering the whole test in 5 minutes. This is nonsense, of course. Well, send the answer of number 4, guys. Number 4 is very easy, of course. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Excellent, guys. Almost all of you answered it correctly. Except, so we will discuss that with Mariam Ahmed. Switch on the microphone, Mariam, please. Oh, and Ziad, you erred in this question as well. Mariam.
Yes, teacher.
So Mariam, you chose A, right?
Yes.
Well, this is semicolon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What comes before the semicolon must be independent? What comes after the semicolon must be independent?
Mm.
So 100% A is wrong, right?
I thought like to complete like two sentences together, you need like semicolons.
See, yeah. Where sunlight is less intense, also fluoresce, is it independent?
Mm.
No, it isn't. It
It's
isn't.
like oh,
If it just read it, doesn't give complete thought. Do we have subject verb complete thought? It begins with where. With where sunlight is less intense, also fluoresce, that does not give a complete thought at all. This is not a sentence. This is not independent clause. That's why the semicolon is used incorrectly here.
okay.
So A is wrong. Well, I do have second comma here, right?
Yes.
So it may suggest that what comes in between is non-essential, right?
Yes, true.
If you take that out, you will notice that everything makes sense. This finding does not explain why corals in deeper water also fluoresce. Yeah, it makes sense, right? So
Mm-hmm.
as long as I have a second comma here, I need first comma there. So I need first comma. So the answer is C. I would go for B if I see dash here. If I see another dash before also, I would go for B, by the way. Okay? Well, thank you. Karim Assam. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mr. الداش
Excellent, Ziad.
يعني yes
Go
الداش
ahead.
يا مستر نفس استخدام الكوما يعني احنا نستخدم الكوما two commas if the thing is non-essential the dash is the same thing the two dashes if it's not non-essential yes
Correct.
okay I'll just asking this
Two
question
dashes.
Thanks, sir.
Two dashes. Just
Yes,
wait.
two
When it
dashes, yes.
yeah. When it comes to the non-essential, we have three ways. Two dashes, two commas, and two parentheses. It depends on the other punctuation. So you cannot mix and match. Can we just put them between one comma, one dash? No, never mix and match. Two commas, two dashes, two parentheses, of course. You know what?
Yes.
To your surprise, there is a distinction between the three. There is distinction between the
How?
three. But you will get confused if we explain it, you know, you will not be tested in it on SAT. But for example, when the piece of information, the non-essential is the least important,
use commas.
important. No, you go for the
Parentheses.
parentheses. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, sir.
Well, anyway, you're so welcome. So it is C. If you go for D, Ziad, you will not be able to justify why I do have a second comma. If you think that I can go for D, okay, then why did we use a second comma? But when you ask me when I choose C, I say this is a second comma of this first comma, right? Well, number 5, guys, in the answer. In the answer. So whenever you have a question, just raise hand. It is supposed that I give you access, guys, whenever you need. But you know, when it comes to the first session, I do not do that actually because of the intruders. Some intruders would intend to spoil something, you know. So yeah, send the answer of 5. Excellent. Oh, wow. Karim Asam, okay, you can, Karim. It is okay. Ziad, excellent, Ziad. Omar Shadi, more than perfect, Omar. Abdullah, not accurate. Nurhan, not accurate. Well, guys, all of you pay attention, please. Yeah. So this is diction question. Most of the students say that it is one of the most difficult questions. No, Abdullah, it is not correct. So this is diction question, right? This is diction plus logic. What, Mr. Ab? We know that this is diction only. How come? So I do add this, guys. First of all, do the first step. Step one, ask what part of the speech is the target word. Who can help me with that question? Someone who answered them correctly? Nurhan, switch on the microphone, Nurhan, or raise hand to give you access. Well, Nurhan.
Yes, miss.
So, Nurhan, what part of the speech is a word? Lavish. Something color. So I need
It's an adjective.
excellent. What? I need something to describe color. Color is a noun, so it would be described by an adjective. So I need an adjective. This adjective must logically describe the noun color, right?
Yes.
Great. Can I describe color as lavish? While I'm talking about the ocean and the water, so we are examining something in deep water. I can use the word lavish to describe the furniture of a palace, right?
Yes.
So this is lavish of high style. It means luxurious. So I can describe the furniture. I can describe palace something as lavish. Yeah, but when it comes to color in the deep water, no, of course I cannot. Does not
Yes.
make sense logically to say lavish color. Can the color be generous?
No, generous is mainly for
people.
human.
Yeah, excellent. Generous is for people. Yeah. Overflowing does not make sense as well, because
Yes.
if I have a liquid in a container, when it overflows, it just pours out of the container, you know?
It doesn't show color.
So yeah, so this is wrong as well. Abundant is correct because it means it's found like in a great amount of something. It is there in the deep ocean. So
Yes.
abundant, I see it as the most color in the deep water. This is the best answer choice.
Yes. Thank you, so.
You're so welcome. Well, guys, number 6 is easy, not difficult at all. Go ahead. Well, guys, very easy. Oh, wow, great, guys. Excellent. I cannot separate here. No, Abdullah. Oh, Abdullah. Are you Abdullah Ashraf بالألسن? Okay, Abdullah. Well, guys, all of you pay attention, please. Oh, Ziad. How come, Ziad? How come? Well, pay attention, guys. The team therefore hypothesized that never separate hypothesize from that with any punctuation at all. Well, because they are essential, you know, they are very related. I say that you cannot separate say from that with any punctuation at all. So that comma is wrong. That comma is wrong. That dash is wrong as well. No punctuation should separate the verb hypothesize from that. Must be hypothesized that, because this is essential. What makes you like write column that? See, the worst answer choice is A, because the column requires independent before. Yeah. Well, guys. Number 7, graph question. Which choice provides an accurate interpretation of the data in the graph? Huh? Send the answer. انا بعت لكم التست يا شباب علشان كده، يعني علشان برضو ايه نبقى عارفين. This is the graph. Before trying to figure out the graph, just to know what are you looking for. This is after 12, and fluorescent echinophilia. So this is the point. After 12, fluorescent in gray. This is fluorescent, guys, 100%. After 12 months, 100, and it was 100, and after 14, it is 100 as well. So all the way 100. So what is the correct answer? Excellent, Norhan and Ziad Khalid. Wow. Great, guys. Mariam, not accurate, Mariam. It is 100 in all cases, Mariam. So it was not like lower and now higher. No, all the way 100. Omar Shadi, excellent. Omar Yasser, great. So deteriorating means worse. This is 100%. So we cannot choose any answer choice with negative word. So A is wrong, and the lowest percent, how come? This is 100. So D is wrong as well. B is positive and C is positive. Actually, C is incorrect. Higher in number than they were at the start of the study. No. They were 100 and they are now, after 12 months, 100. So they weren't higher or lower. So C is wrong. Thriving is the positive word that indicates the meaning. 8. It is pretty easy, guys. Excellent, Kareem, Nurhan, who else? Ziad, Khalid, perfect, Ziad. Who else, guys? Hurry up. Thank you. So, which choice offers accurate information from the graph? That's so easy. As I told you before you move to the graph, just know what you are looking for. 19-month mark, okay. Fluorescent or none? This is the non-fluorescent. So I know now what I'm gonna look for. I'm looking for, yeah, the non at the mark of 19. So easy. 19, and the non is the black. This is black, none, see? Okay, so this bar, I take a line to know, yeah, the percentage. It is 20, then it is C as you said. It is C as you all said. Great, guys, thank you. Well, 9 is a bit tough. Send the answer. Well, guys, Okay, thank you. Great, guys. Great. This is difficult. This is difficult, guys. This one is tough. So pay attention. We have here just like, okay. See, these results suggest that the red-orange glow of deep water corals might indeed be symbiotic survival mechanism, just like, so we have comparison. What pops up in mind when we hear the word comparison? The faulty comparison, right? The faulty comparison, guys. When I say Ahmed's t-shirt is better than Ali, you feel that your mind takes it and processes it, makes it okay, you know, you got the meaning, you got what the guy wanna convey, while the structure is totally incorrect. You cannot say Ahmed's t-shirt is better than Ali. How would you compare t-shirt to a human being? This is nonsense. You must say Ahmed's t-shirt is better than Ali's. It is okay. Or Ali's t-shirt, no problem. Or that of Ali, it is okay. So take the faulty comparison into consideration, please, when you see just like or higher, shorter than, anything like that. Well, I do compare two things now, the red-orange glow of something and the blank of something else. So before that thing else, corals in shallow waters that equals deep water corals, please write the same structure for the sake of parallelism, for the sake of avoiding faulty comparisons. So what equals red-orange glow? It is the sun blocking glow of. So it will be balanced now. Red-orange glow of versus sun blocking glow of makes sense. Makes sense. I compare two similar things, guys. What would occur if I choose D, the tempting answer choice? As most of you answer based on the rule, shorter is better, so you would think of choosing D, delete the underlined portion. There will be catastrophe. There will be faulty comparison. If you choose D, how come? You will compare the red-orange glow versus corals. It cannot be, of course. You must compare glow versus glow. So D is wrong. B will result in faulty comparison as well. Comparing red-orange glow versus results. This is faulty comparison. A, red-orange glow versus those. No, actually, those refers to plural, while what I compare in the first part is glow, which is singular. So how come? This is totally incorrect. C is the best answer choice. Number 10, guys, the writer wants to add the following sentence to this paragraph. See, they want to add this. They began by placing a echinophilia that expressed red fluorescent protein and non-fluorescent echinophilia. Where to place it? Very easy. The test maker must give you a clue. If you feel that you are lost and it is difficult, I say no, guys, because the test maker must provide a clue. Here we have they began. They began by doing the first step. So they began suggested that this sentence is the first step in an experiment. First step, right? So logically, I have here the word experiment. And after the word experiment, I must place the first step. That's it. I place the first step after the sentence that contains the general word experiment. Experiment, then first step. How did I know that it is the first step? From the verb began. They began doing something. So this is like the first step. So I state the general thing first, then the first step. Great, guys. 11. Send the answer of 11. Very easy. Believe me, guys. Omar Shadi, excellent. Omar Ziad, not accurate. Not accurate, Ziad. Well, Kareem, Assam, excellent, Kareem. Omar Yasser, not accurate, Omar. Ziad Khalid, number 10. After sentence 1. B. After sentence 1. Who can explain 11, guys? Raise hand if you can explain 11. Omar Shadi, can you? Omar Shadi. Go ahead, Omar.
The first sentence, he wants the findings to improve the plans. And the second sentence, he's talking about the plans.
Yeah,
It should be, for example, and
excellent.
BCD, B is contrast, and D is cause and effect. So it can be. And you
Here,
can see also
plans
contrast.
is general, right? Some plans specific, moving from general to specific, for example, or for instance, or particularly, or in particular, right? Or in particular. Well, here we go. So what do we use when we move from specific to general? So from general to specific, we know that we need, for example, or for instance, in particular, or particularly, this is moving from general to specific. Very easy. But what if I move from the specific to general? This is tough, guys. What should I use? In other words, no. In other words, gives explanation after to something I already stated before. Explanation. This is in other words. So how can I link these two? In short, correct, Omar Shadi, excellent, Omar. In short, or in broad terms. In broad terms. Or in general, or generally. Or generally. Okay, so the answer here is A, yeah. $11. Then the answer, guys, of 11. 12, sorry. Jilan Ahmed, excellent, Jilan. Perfect. Okay, who else? Maryam, excellent. Maryam, Omar Yasser, wow, guys. Nurhan, excellent. Yeah, what would I separate the verb from the preposition that comes after the particle? It can't be. Demand for. Demand. There is a growing demand for. I cannot separate these two. For example, familiar with. I cannot separate these two with any punctuation, guys. How come? This is like one unit. This is a verb. This is a block. So familiar with. So I cannot separate that at all. Okay. And you cannot go for A, the calling, of course, in today's marketplace. There is a growing demand for what? What comes before the calling must be independent. In this case, I don't see independent at all. So that all wrong. 13, at this point, the writer wants to present an argument that will be refuted in the next part of the sentence, which choice best accomplishes this goal. Send the answer. This is a kind of IQ, guys, you know? No insult, of course. But you gotta read the question carefully to get it, by the way. Read the question and give it what it wants. Omar Shadi, excellent, Omar. Omar Yasser, Ziad Khalid, excellent, wow. Wow, that is really great, guys. All of you pay attention, please. See? At this point, the writer wants to present something, argument, okay, that will be refuted. Refute means to prove something as invalid, as not correct. So I need an answer choice from these four that will be proven incorrect in what comes after. This is what comes after. Small businesses can also stand to gain. So I want something here in what comes before that says small businesses can't gain. C says that actually by saying large corporations will get benefit only. Only large corporations can afford to invest. So if I choose that, I will give the question what it wants. The question wants an answer choice that will be proved incorrect by this statement. This statement suggests that small businesses can also gain. So yeah, here I say only large corporations can afford. While if you choose, for example, A, though there is limited evidence that greening initiatives increase employee morale, morale means like self-confidence or enthusiasm, it is not discussed in what comes before. It is not discussed even. The question states that it must be refuted. See? The question ده يا شباب لازم بنحله كده. يعني لازم أشوف اللي جاي بعد إيه ولازم اللي قبل يكون الأوبوزيت بتاع الكلام اللي موجود ده. هنا في بتكلم عن enthusiasm و confidence in what comes after مفيش أصلا not discussed يبقى مستحيل. هو عايز حاجة تكون refuted. ده أصلا A not discussed despite the incentives offered by the federal government for the use of renewable energy not discussed برضه. As companies and individuals become increasingly concerned about dwindling natural resources not discussed. So what is discussed? The small businesses can also gain. يبقى اللي بتعمل لها refutation اهي large corporations only can afford to invest. So C is the best answer choice. 14. Just recall the rules of parallelism, guys. 14. No, Ziad. Ziad, as long as you see higher, shorter, taller, smaller, more, never choose any expression that contains the verb compare. Because compare is already indicated in the ER of the comparative form. So as long as I say higher, taller, shorter, I'm comparing. So no need to just repeat. So exclude C from the first glance. Okay. Here, guys, I say Ziad, Khalid, no Ziad, like most of you, yeah, most of you guys earned this question. No. It is so logical that you go for the tempting answer choice D, you know, which is not correct, because if you choose D, you will have the mistake of faulty comparison. Faulty comparison, guys. What do I compare now? What do I say? Benefits of environmental initiatives were actually higher for small businesses, okay, higher for, than for Fortune 500 companies. Well, this is so crucial now, so crucial. What do I compare? I compare the benefits of something. It must be versus the benefits of something. So if I go for B, I will compare benefits to the initiatives. This is faulty comparison. If I choose D, I will be comparing benefits to companies. How come? How come? I must compare benefits to benefits, guys. Pay attention. Benefits versus benefits, not benefits versus companies. If I choose D, the tempting answer choice that all of the guys will pick, I will have the faulty comparison issue. So D is wrong, because if I choose D, it will be benefits versus companies. No, it must be benefits versus benefits. Benefits versus benefits. How would I do that if you choose A? Because when I say the benefits were higher for small businesses than for, so I'm still talking about the benefits. I say the benefits were higher for small businesses than for Fortune 500 companies. This for is very important here because it keeps the focus on benefits. If you delete it, the focus of the second part will be on the companies, the Fortune 500 companies. Kareem. Kareem Hassan. Yeah, okay, give you access.
اوكي يا مستر سؤال سريع بس
Go ahead.
دلوقتي المفروض benefits of environmental initiatives هو دلوقتي
Initiative.
بيتكلم عن initiatives
لا.
بيتكلم دلوقتي عن initiatives مش عن البنفيتس.
لا غلط. لما انا بقول لك the ball مثلا، او اقول لك مثلا the notebook of كريم is، انا بتكلم كده عن النوت بوك ولا كريم؟
على النوت بوك.
بس فهنا انا
اوكي
بتكلم مين؟
تمام.
ايه الفوكس يا كريم؟ الفوكس هو البنفيتس مش الانيشيتيفز. ما تاخدش اللي في البريبوزيشنال فريز، الفوكس هو اللي بيبقى قبل البريبوزيشنال فريز.
ايوه تمام تمام شكرا يا مستر.
اوكي. الكويستشنز اللي عايزه تفكير يا شباب اهي. 15 which choice provides the most effective transition from the previous paragraph? Which choice provides the most effective transition from the previous paragraph? قبل ما تبعتوا الانسرز هقول لكم على طريقه دلوقتي اكيد هتعرفوا تحلوا بيها. اول حاجه the second part of the four answer choices is almost the same, right? يبقى مش الانسر مش هنا، يبقى ده مش هقراه اصلا. I take that out. يبقى اللي هيحدد لي الانسر يا شباب هو الكلام ده. Founded in 1976, servicing motorhomes as well as cars, with a staff of about 15 people, one such business. طب هعرف احل ازاي؟ محدش يبعت حاجه دلوقتي يا شباب. هعرف احل ازاي؟ الكوريكت انسر اكيد ليها reference in the previous paragraph. The correct answer must be referred to in the previous paragraph. يبقى قبل ما تبعت لي الانسر اتاكد ان هي معمول لها ريفرنس قبل كده في البريفيوس باراجراف. يلا انا طلبت منكم كلكم ان انتوا تعملوا برينتنج طبعا للشيت. يلا يا شباب. send the answer. excellent عمر شادي. perfect عمر. معظم الستودنتس بيحلوا غلط لان انت مش عارف التكنيك. خدوا بالكم من حاجه برضو يا شباب عشان نبقى واضحين. الجروب ده المفروض الليفل فيه، يعني السيشن دي معموله للستودنت اللي عارف البيسكس. يعني الطبيعي انه يبقى واخد كورس بيسكس وفاهم البيسكس. تمام. احنا عندنا سيشن للكورس بتاع البيسكس بيبقى الاسلوب فيها مختلف، بيبقى فيه اكسبلانيشن يعني للرولز نفسها. الجروب ده معمول لايه عشان تبقوا عارفين؟ يعني في ناس مثلا تدخل الجروب ده مش قادرين يعملوا كوبينج وذ الليفل اللي بيحصل. ليه؟ هو مش عارف او هي مش عارفه الرولز اصلا. فده بيبقى محتاج برضو ايه بيسكس مثلا. طيب المهم كريم عصام برافو عليك، كلكم حليتوا صح. عارفين ليه يا شباب؟ يعني انا مفيش ولا انسر مبعوته لي غلط. علشان انا قلت لكم التكنيك اللي احنا بنحل بيه، عرفتوا ان البيسكس دي اهم حاجه. يعني انا لما قلت لكم التكنيك اللي بنحل بيه، كلكم لما رحتوا founded in 1976 no reference for it in the previous paragraph. Servicing more homes as well as cars, no reference at all. With a staff about 15 people, no reference. One such business, there is a reference. So it is the answer. Add the reference. So يا شباب, there is a reference here. Businesses. See? Businesses. So do I have reference? Yeah. So can it function as a transition from the previous paragraph? Yeah, of course. That what makes D the best answer. بس انتوا كلكم حليتوا صح دلوقتي. عارفين ليه؟ السؤال ده اختلف لان انا اديت لكم حاجه من البيسكس. يعني الستودنت اللي عارف البيسكس كويس قوي يقدر يحل التست من غير ولا غلطه واحده. 16 go ahead. يلا شباب. writing style سهل جدا. writing style question. يلا يا شباب. all of you answered it correctly. يعني مفيش الا يمكن حد تقريبا او حاجه. تمام. Okay. Pay attention. This is writing style. We choose the formal answer choice. Writing style. Shocking it out. Junking it. Disposing of it. Tossing it out. All are correct answers. كلهم correct يا شباب. طب امال هحدد ازاي الwriting style؟ This is informal. Junk it is informal as well. Toss it out is informal. The only formal answer choice is dispose of. Dispose of. This is formal and we like the formal yet accessible answer choice. هو ده أحسن حاجة يا شباب. Dispose of it. Formal yet accessible. كريم عصام go ahead.
اوكي يا مستر هي حاجه مش موجوده في السؤال ده، بس يعني سؤال جالي كده. هو كلمه discard دي فورمال ولا informal؟
Formal.
discard formal. طيب تمام، شكرا يا مستر.
طيب بصوا كده يا شباب. الانجليش فيه كلمات معينة، يعني مثلا في حاجات من ركزوا معايا كده. في حاجات كانت اللي هي التو فورمال. التو فورمال يا شباب ده خدوا بالكم منه كويس قوي، لان في ستودنتس بيحبوا يختاروا التو فورمال مع ان ده غلط. احنا بنختار حاجه اسمها فورمال يت اكسسبل. هي الوحيده الفورمال يت اكسسبل هي disposing of it. يلا 17 يا شباب. send the answer. وناخد بالنا يعني في حاجه برضو خد بالك منها يا كريم. يعني الكلمه دي يا شباب pretty يعني ايه؟ لو معناها very تبقى informal. يعني ما that's pretty good ده 100% informal. لكن لو pretty معناها beautiful تبقى formal. يبقى الورد الواحده بيبقى لها مينينجز كتير، ممكن نغير بناء عليها الفورمال وانفورمال. يعني بريتي لو معناها فيري تبقى انفورمال، معناها بيوتيفول تبقى فورمال. لكن في حاجات دايما انفورمال زي انت، دي دايما انفورمال. اوكي يلا 17 سهله جدا يا شباب. 17 send the answer in the chat box. 17 برافو. اوكي more than perfect. well الناس بتبعت messages. oh yeah okay thank you. okay هنا ازاي دي يا لا لا لا. بص يا شباب the company saves up to okay 10,000 per year. طيب ركزوا كده معايا يا شباب. Ages has saved a total of. ليه a total of؟ ما هي ال amount of money اهي. ايه لازمة a total of؟ ملهاش لازمة. ملهاش لازمة. يبقى ايه؟ يبقى A is wrong. Total of is wordy. Has saved is okay. No wordiness. The shortest answer choice. Savings have exceeded. Why would I go for have exceeded while I have more than? More than means it exceeded, right? Total savings have been, no, this is awkward. So total, why total while I have more than something? So of course B is the best answer and choice. 18, send the answer in the chat box. 18. Okay. More than perfect. Huh. Very easy. Thank you. All of you answered it correctly, except Omar Yasser, I guess. Yeah, no problem. The answer is D. Why D, guys? Because I have subordinate. Subordinate, comma. I know that it is subordinate because it begins with a subordinate conjunction. So subordinate, comma, independent. So I need subject, verb, complete verb. This is subordinate, comma. So D is better. I cannot write but or whereas because I already have a contradictor. So yeah, this is the answer. D, subordinate, comma, independent. However, why would I go for however when I have while? While indicates and gives the sense of contradiction. So no need for however. The but here does not work grammatically, of course, and whereas because I already have while. And the comma bar, you know, guys, the comma bar requires independent before and independent after. And in this case, I have subordinate before that begins with Y. 19, which choice results in the most effective transition to the next sentence? Okay, send the answer of 19, guys. Okay, excellent. Ziad Khalid, more than perfect. Ziad, Omar Shadi, excellent. Omar. Kareem, not accurate. Switch on the microphone, Kareem. Kareem Hassan. So Kareem, raise hand, please. Yeah, here we go.
Yes, Mr. Yes, sir.
You-
Mr.
you-
First of all, yes.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
of
go
all,
ahead. Go ahead.
yes. when I try to answer, the question itself says, um, just a minute. Yes, I must. Which choice results in the most effective transition to the next sentence?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
must find the clue in the next sentence. When I
excellent.
got when I got the next sentence, I found Green Reputation has increased its customer base. So when I read its customer base, the first answer I thought it was correct. A key component in attracting new employees.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that employees equals customers? How come?
No. Yes, employees are the people who are working in this
Yeah,
area. Yes, but the
yes.
customers, yes,
Teachers in a school, teachers in a
are
school,
employees,
yeah, are employees.
and the customers are the students.
Excellent. So there is a big difference.
Yes, because they just
So
read it
actually,
fast.
what you said is a big clue that D is the worst answer choice. Because in
Yes.
what comes after, I'm talking about increasing the customer base. Well, this talks about employees, so this is wrong.
So, Mr. Like, it's
Ah.
B. So it's B.
B, no. B means reward, see, rewarding customers. Reward, you know the meaning of reward?
Yes, giving reward. Yes.
Excellent. Do I say I give reward here or I just increase the customer base?
Increase the customer base.
Does increase the customer base means I will reward them? Did it?
No.
It is not stated, of course.
Yes.
So we say that B is wrong as well, and C
And
cannot
C
be
is wrong.
because
Yes,
C
because
is
nothing.
negative.
Yes, and we didn't
And-
take anything. We didn't say anything negative.
Yeah, negative cannot function as effective transition to something positive. So the
Yes.
answer is
A.
A, obvious benefits. Do I talk about obvious benefits? Of course. The company's green reputation has increased the customer base.
Yes. So that's benefits. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, guys, you're so welcome. See, guys, how we answered it. Well, reading time now, because we are running out of time. So, reading. If you answer this passage, if you answer the questions, guys, raise hand, please. If you answer the questions, raise hand. Omar Shadi. Okay. So almost all of you didn't do that. Well, so pay attention. Then we have to go for like a quick analysis. So pay attention, please. Is all what you read important, guys, in the passage? Is all what we read important? Excellent, Nurhan Mohammed. For example, in the whole paragraph, the important thing is the setting, Alcazar restaurant, was on Sheridan Road. Do you think that we will have a question asking us about the address of the restaurant? No, of course. 100% no, right? So this is not important. The decoration, will we be asked about the decoration? No, of course. Laimi, the main character, of course, it is so important. Can you do the SVC technique? SVC, guys, of course you can do that. I recommend this technique. What does that mean? It means that if you manage to simplify any sentence into subject and verb only, subject, verb, and complement, you will end up in having a comprehensive understanding of the whole passage. So Alcazar restaurant, Laimi, the main character, sat down. Do you want to know what was this guy doing in the restaurant? Logically, he was eating. So I can skip this sentence actually. From line 1 to line 7, I have 4 words only, important words, guys. Someone was sitting at a restaurant to have dinner. That's it. Nothing else. So this is a big tip for you. Skip the descriptive style. Skip the description. Well, the history book, this is important. The guy was reading a book, okay. That is description of the book, not important at all. Description. Back to the main character, Laimi, so it is important. Read, okay, read something. And the author started reading something from the book, not important at all. Description of the book is not important. I just need to know that it is a book or a history book. See, guys, that is about the book, so not important. Laimi put down his fork. This is important because I'm talking about the main character. Anything about the main character is so important. Laimi put down his fork, okay. That is important. Whenever you see a contradictor in the reading passage, what comes after is so important, and you expect to see a question based on the piece of information. Any contradictor, guys, like however, but, conversely, on the other hand, on the contrary, even though, even so, although, but, nonetheless, nevertheless, once you see any of these words in the reading passage, what comes after is so important. Well, so here when Laimi put down his fork and began to count them off, the waitress, a new character now, which is called, yeah, a new character now, the waitress, Irma, thought that he was through eating and tried to take the plate away, but he stopped her, okay. This is description of the historical context of the book. A party of 4, oh wow. So everything from line 1 to line 41 is static, guys. Did you notice that I'm just talking about a guy sitting in a restaurant, having dinner, that's it. No action, not dynamic at all. But the thing, gonna start here. Party of 4, 2 men and 2 women came into the restaurant, okay. Yeah, description of them now. They were talking at once. The woman had shingled hair, physical, now physical description. The men were older, okay, description as well, physical description. Yeah. And I will start to say something really important. They laughed more than there seemed any occasion for while they were deciding between soup and shrimp cocktail, and their laughter was so loud. But it was the women's voices, the terrible, not quiet, sober pitch of the women's voices that caused Laimi to skim over 2 pages without knowing what was on them. Oh. This is important. So the 2 men and 2 women distracted the guy. Back again to the history book. Not important. Laimi appears again. See this part, guys? Contradictor. So what comes after is important, and you will see a question based on it. Before Laimi got halfway through them, through the pages, a quote that he recognized as his dad was hung on the hook next to his chair. So Laimi closed the book because he noticed that his dad is here. Time probably no more unkind to supporting characters. Okay, a new character now, Mr. Peters. And Mr. Peters' hair was turning gray. I indicated this guy is old. And his scalp showed through on top. Okay, the same thing, he's old. And he had lost weight, okay. His color was poor, and the flower had disappeared from his buttonhole, okay. So we know that guy's description. Most of the authors tend to describe, and on SAT we don't like description. So skip the description. Well, apparently he himself was not aware that there had been any change. He straightened his tie self-consciously. Oh, why did he do that? And when Irma handed him a menu, he gestured with it so that the two women at the next table would notice the diamond ring. Oh, so he wanted to attract the ladies' attention. Oh, so weird that this guy is so old and he's doing that. His hair was turning gray and he's trying to do such, childish action, something. So both of these things and the fact that his hands showed signs of the manicurist, the same idea. So this is what I need to know from the very beginning. See, guys, this is the important stuff. Someone was sitting at the restaurant to have dinner. He was reading a book, and the waitress thought that he was through eating. She tried to take the plate away, but he stopped her because he was not done yet. A change of the focus now when a party of 4, 2 men and 2 women came to the restaurant, and we have detailed description actually of the men and women. And we know that they distracted Laimeh. Laimeh noticed his dad in the restaurant, and we have description of Mr. Peter here as an old man, but he was doing weird action when he tried to grab the attention of the ladies. Well, question number 1, send the answer. يعني المفروض كنتوا انتوا حليتوا يا شباب الباسج دي وعملنا ديسكشن طبعا على طول، بس احنا اضطرينا نعمل الاناليسيس السريع ده علشان انتوا ما حليتوش. طيب number 1, send the answer in the chat box. Excellent, عمر شادي. More than perfect, عمر. عبد الرحمن حسام. Excellent, عبد الرحمن. Ziad Khalil, more than perfect, Ziad. Oh, wow, guys. Oh, wow. The answer, of course, is D. Laimeh's experience reading a book. Yeah, from line 1 to line 41, we are talking about the same thing. That someone is sitting at a restaurant to read a book, the history book. So yeah, this is the first part of the passage, see? Yeah, great, guys. Excellent. Mariam Ahmed, more than perfect, Mariam. See, guys? Laimeh's experience reading a book to description of people in the restaurant. Did we do that? Yeah. From line 1 to line 41, we are talking about the guy reading the book. From line 42, we started to describing the party of 4, the 2 men and 2 women. If you notice, guys, we give detailed description even to the clothes. Well, so yeah, why C is wrong? The physical setting of the scene to the different characters' personality traits. That is actually the trap choice. If you choose that, you are okay. You are not bad at reading, by the way, because this is the trap choice. The physical setting. So it suggested that from line 1 to line 41, the first part of the passage, we are describing the restaurant. It is not true, actually. We described the restaurant in the first part only, in the first paragraph only. See? In the first part of the first paragraph, that's it. But C suggested that almost half of the passage is about the description of that setting, which is the restaurant in this case. That is not true. طيب احنا طبعا عشان احنا بنجري بسرعه عشان الوقت، بس يعني الطبيعي ان احنا بنعمل explanation للفور answer choices. Number 2, send the answer in the chat box. What is the main purpose of the first paragraph? What is the main purpose of the first paragraph, guys? Oh, wow. Ziad Khalil. Excellent, Ziad. Omar Shadi, more than perfect, Omar. More than perfect. Abdurrahman, not accurate, Abdurrahman. Hurry up, guys. Okay. Mariam, excellent, Mariam. Oh, wow. See, guys, we have two. Yeah. In the first paragraph, we say that I'm talking about the restaurant and the book. That's it. The first part, in the first part, we describe the restaurant. In the second part, we describe the book. So 100% the answer is C. Yeah, excellent, Torhan. C. Convey the passage setting by describing the place, the restaurant, the object, the book. That's it. Okay. Well, Omar Shadi, you have a question? Okay, go ahead, Omar.
No, by wrong, Mr. Adil.
Okay, no problem. Well, it can reasonably be inferred that Irma, the waitress, think Laimi is through eating because this is inference question. Inference question. Well, it is not actually. Inference means something stated indirectly. Well, it is stated directly in the passage. It is stated word for word in the passage. Why Irma, the waitress, thought that Laimi is through eating because. Yeah, great. Wow. Excellent. More than perfect, guys. See, back again to 37. That's it. She thought he was through eating and tried to take his plate away because he put down the fork. Because he put down the fork. That's it. So C is the best answer. Number 4, Laime's primary impression of the party of 4 is that they it's in the answer. The party of 4. Excellent. Mariam, correct answer. Mariam Ahmed, Nurhan, excellent, Nurhan. لا ما ينفعش نختار حاجات يا شباب not based on evidence. برافو عليك يا عمر. عمر غير نمبر 4 تمام يا عمر خلاص. كان بعد نمبر 3 زياد خليل. لا زياد. بص يا شباب. Noisy and distracting 100% وعندنا evidence. How noisy and distracting? Because Laimi, see, the women's voices, the terrible, not quiet, super pitch of the women's voices, which caused Laimi to skim over 2 whole pages without knowing what was on them. يبقى هما ايه؟ هما distracting بالنسبة له. لأنه قرأ 2 pages عدهم بسرعة كده من غير ما يعرف هما بيتكلموا عن ايه. يبقى كده الانسر A وهنا C. اوكي. ما نقدرش نقول حاجة يا شباب هي مش موجودة. resemble characters from the history book. اديني evidence عليه. مفيش ولا evidence. Number 6. The narrator indicates that Laimi finally closes the history book because word for word برضه. Stated word for word. الناس متخيلة ان الريدنج يا شباب بيجي علشان ايه؟ علشان يخلوهم يخسروا درجات مثلا او يقلوا في السكور. مش حقيقي. ينفع في الريدنج تقفل على فكرة عادي. بس لازم المايند سيت يتغير. يعني احنا هل في كويستشن صعب لغاية دلوقتي؟ مفيش ولا question صعب. Limey closes the history book. طب نشوف he closed the history book ليه؟ أهو. Before Limey got halfway through them, a quote that he recognized as his father's was hung on the next to his chair. Limey closed the book. يبقى Limey closed the book إمتى؟ لما when he saw his dad. بس يبقى when his father has joined at the table. When his father had joined at the table. Word for word. The primary impression created by the narrator's description of Mr. Peters in 74 و 79. في 74 و 79 أهو يا شباب لما قلنا Mr. Peters hair was turning gray and his scalp showed through on top. He had lost weight also and he no longer filled on his clothes that way he used to. His scalp was poor. مش محتاج أكمل. دي ميتافورز كلها إن هو aging يعني not young. Not young. لما طالما أنا قلت his hair was turning gray خلاص مش محتاج أكمل تاني. Aging and shriveled. The main idea of the last paragraph is that Mr. Peters, المين idea يا شباب في last paragraph. أهو last paragraph. Mr. Peters was acting in a weird way when he tried to attract the women, the ladies. وهنا قلنا he was always there tugging at Mr. Peters' elbow, making him do things that were not becoming in a man of 45. So his behavior was not consistent with his age. يبقى ايه الانسر يا شباب؟ Behaves as if he is a younger version of himself. Word for word برضه. Another question. Which choice best supports the conclusion that في conclusion هو عايز support عليه Mr. Peters wants to attract the attention. أكيد كلكم عارفين. Send the answer يا شباب. Mr. Peters wanted to attract the attention. إمتى؟ أهو لما قلنا عرفنا ازاي ان he wanted to attract the attention when he straightened his tie self-consciously and when Irma handed him a menu he gestured with it so that the two women at the next table would notice the diamond ring. هو هنا لما حاول to grab their attention. يبقى answer choice B. Vocabulary in context. Becoming most nearly means وهي becoming line 93. بنعمل ايه يا شباب؟ بنعمل حاجه اسمها plug technique. ممكن نعمل هنا space عند becoming ونشوف what does that mean. He was always there doing like weird things, making him do things that were not becoming in a man of 45. Not suitable. Not suitable, not appropriate in a man of 45, as the guy wanted, as Mr. Peters wanted to attract the ladies' attention. So, becoming means appropriate or suitable. Which word means suitable or appropriate, guys? عندنا 3 techniques للفوكابيلاري in context. بس عشان احنا طبعا we are running out of time. يلا يا شباب. Which word means appropriate or suitable? برافو عبد الرحمن. Not becoming in a man يعني not appropriate in a man, not suitable in a man. يبقى أنهي واحدة في دول؟ برافو نورهان، برافو زياد، برافو عمر شادي. برافو عبد الرحمن. more than perfect يا شباب. طبعا fitting. يبقى لو عرفت اعمل الستيب دي اول ستيب اللي هي appropriate or suitable من الكونتكست عشان كده بنسميها vocabulary context and we have a big rule that states a word would mean whatever its author wants it to mean regardless of the dictionary meaning. طيب يعني شكرا للناس اللي حضرت معانا يا شباب، شرفتونا ونورتونا. احنا كده خلصنا، احنا يعني ايه مستعجلين طبعا، كنا شويه علشان الوقت برضو. تمام. لان في سيشن بعدكم، يعني هم ميعادهم بالظبط الساعه 4 الا ربع. يعني مبسوط جدا من الناس اللي شاركت، الناس اللي تفاعلوا للاخر يا شباب. برافو عليكم، ربنا يوفقكم ان شاء الله باذن الله. Have a great day. Thank you so much, Nurhan, for your kind words. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.